Hey guys, Aaron Grice here. Hey, I want to talk to you about the cutting edge marketing process that my guru has come up with and teaching us. And I'm actually seeing a lot of the big names in marketing using this very same system that I'm going to teach you. It's the latest. So, it's real cutting edge how to attract your client in the sea that's being fished by thousands of other people. It's the latest techniques, and it is going to put you head and shoulders above your competition. So, in this presentation, we'll talk about the misconceptions about advertising, such as there's too many people advertising and it costs too much, that kind of thing. What you need to do to set yourself apart from the competition, and how to find and attract your avatar. First of all, you have to figure out who your avatar is, and we'll talk about that. How to attract clients without spending a ton of money on advertising, and what's going to make your clients want to keep coming back. Okay, so the first big misconception is there's too much competition, which is absolutely not the case. Like most of you have been through Mary Morrissey's Dream Builder program, and in my certification class, it was like 850 of us, and we got to interact with each other and listening to them. Each of them had their own way of presenting it. So they had their own story, and that's what makes them unique. And everyone who is marketing themselves has a different way of presenting. Like Mary's message, even though it's the same as Bob Proctor, she presents it in a different way. And people that listen to Tony Robbins wouldn't necessarily be interested in listening to Bob Proctor. Again, same message, different presentation. And so there's millions of people, there's hundreds of thousands of people who want to listen to you. Okay, so as many coaches as there's a different client for each coach. There's hundreds of clients for each coach. So the most important part, and you really, really, really need to get this. This is absolutely, without a doubt, the thing that you have to master. Who's your client? Now, when I first started, I thought, well, everybody's my client. I want everybody to buy what I'm selling. The shotgun approach like that doesn't work. All you're doing is throwing money at the wall. One or two. I spent probably, before I really figured it out, man, $3,000 to $5,000 marketing, and I got two $60 clients out of it. And it was frustrating as heck. So, who is your client? My client at that time, I had to figure out. My client was me a year before I started into marketing, the person who was looking for what I was selling. Okay. And so that's the easiest client for you to get because you absolutely know everything about them. And so when you know everything about them, you know what they're thinking, and you can talk to that. You can describe their issues because you know what they are. So once you know who, then you need to think of where, what groups do they belong to? Um, what Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest channels are they following? What do they search for in Google? Because you'll use that for your SEO and your web page. What podcasts are they listening to? You want to listen to and follow each of those groups yourself. So if your avatar follows, Mary Morrissey, you're going to be in Mary Morrissey's groups. If they follow Bob Proctor, and there may be overlap there, obviously, but you'll get engaged with those groups. You'll join those groups and you'll start listening to what the leader of the group is saying, and you'll watch the questions that are being asked. And if you can, you'll respond to them. You'll answer those questions, and people will start to notice, oh, this person's always, Aaron's always putting stuff in here, and what he's talking about is actually pretty intelligent. So they're going to go and check me out on my Facebook fan page. They're going to want to know more about me and what my true message is, right? And I engage every day. I suggest at least a half an hour of engagement every day, just trying to answer questions for people. You can't give too much value. I've heard some people go, well, I'm going to give it all away. Well, no, but what you're going to do is you're going to make people interested in it. I've heard, some of the mentors, and these are big, big names, and they go, give your best away for free. Then they're going to fall all over themselves to buy something when you offer it because you've already impressed them. So the way to get attention in the sea where everyone's fishing with the same bait is to use different baits. So you listen to what the leader's saying, you listen to what the questions are, and you do a thought reversal. My mentor calls it the elephant method. So when you find out what they're saying, for instance, Tony Robbins has an expression, your past does not equal your future. And I did a campaign that got enormous results. When I started out with Tony Robbins, you're wrong. Your past is a huge part of your future. And I got all sorts of, you don't know what you're talking about, you missed a point, that kind of thing. But what I did then was I went on to explain what I meant was your future, whatever you're thinking about, is colored by what happened in your past. Now, I understand what Tony was saying. Your past does not have to be your future, doesn't have to look like what your past did, because you have a choice. You do have a choice on either accepting what happened in your past as what's going to happen in your future, or changing that just by changing your thought process. You guys know about that as well. So coaches offer a free strategy session at the end of their presentation. So, what's a reversal for that? The reversal for that is to say, you know what, at the end of this session, I'm going to give you a gift of having a strategy session with me, and it's going to cost you $150 or it's going to cost you $250. And people are going to go, what do you mean? This guy's giving it away for free. But and they know that that's just a sales call. So, you can say, look, um, yeah, Joe Blow's giving it away for free. But at the end of that free conference call or strategy session, he's going to ask you for money. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to charge you. And what you're going to get from me when we sit down for an hour is you're going to get resolution. You're going to get solutions. I'm going to help. I'm going to give you something that you can walk away with in that hour, and it's going to be so valuable. And you have to describe, obviously, what the value is, but you make it worth 10 times what you're charging. Okay, that way they know up front you are being transparent. There's no bullshit about it. It's like, I'm going to charge you money because when you talk to me, it's worth it. You're going to get something out of it. Okay, so how do you keep them coming back? Well, you give them more. You give them more than what they expect. um, I read a book by Robert Sewell, Clients for Life. And in it, he says this anecdote about, he went out and he bought a really expensive pair of shoes. And this was, quite a while back, so I think he spent a couple $100s on them. And he walking around the next day, and they hurt his feet. And so he thought, oh, I can't stand this, so I got to go in and buy another pair of shoes. So he went to a different shoe store, and the owner of the store was, taking care of him. And he said, well, tell me the story about this, because it looks like these shoes that you're wearing are brand new. And Sewell says, well, yeah, but they hurt my feet, so I got to get a different pair. And the store owner says, well, okay, I tell you what, I'll credit you the cost of those shoes towards anything in my store. So, you know what happened, right? Not only did he walk out with one pair, he probably walked out with two pairs of shoes. And every time he needs a new pair of shoes, who's he going to go back to? He's going to go back to that guy that stepped out and did way more than expected. Okay? So you give your value up front. Once they buy from you, you continue to give them value. You continue to figure out ways that will help them and give those and give those and keep giving those, because you know you now have a relationship with that person, and it's in not only in your heart to help them as much as you can, but it's in your best interest, because they are going to keep coming back to you. They're going to tell their friends about you. Anytime that you come up with something new, they're going to want to buy into it. Okay? Well, so what we covered the misconceptions about advertising, that there's too many people doing it and it costs too much. We figured out what you need to set yourself apart from the competition by thought reversal, the elephant method. How to find, attract your unique avatar. We discussed how to go to those fan pages that they're following and start engaging with them, and how to attract clients without spending a ton of money. And the same thing, go to those fan pages, start engaging, get people interested in who you are, have a description on your pages, on your website, about what you offer and what your unique talent is. um, and then what makes your clients want to keep coming back to you is you keep giving them more. Okay, so what happens now? Well, we covered a lot of material in a short time, and you absolutely can do this on your own if you have the time and the patience. I've been working at this for almost 2 years now, and I'm just starting to get the hang of it, right? And I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So you can do that if you like, or if you want to kickstart your marketing, talk to me. I will get you going. And because you have stayed to the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a reward. Here's my startup package. I'm going to set up your Facebook fan page, business page, add account in your Pixel. That normally costs $200. I'm going to set up your domain homepage, your sales funnel, and add your Pixel, and that normally is $600. I'm going to set up your first advertising campaign. I normally charge $1,200 for that. I'm going to set up your follow-up email campaign, and this is a huge, huge deal, and I normally charge $800 for that. So the total value is $2,800. But today, because I like you guys, I love you, and I want to get you going, because now is the time. We have to reach out. There's a lot of people out there that are in panic trying to figure out what's going to happen with their lives, how they're going to feed their children next few months coming up, that kind of thing. We are needed in a big way right now. I want to get you guys going as soon as possible. So for today, I'm going to charge you only $280 for that complete package. And of course, you're going, what's the catch? Right? Well, the catch is that I want to get from each of you a shout out about how much value you got. If you didn't get any value, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But you know what? I know who I am. I know that what you're going to get from me is going to be fully worth $3,000 to get you set up. I'm only charging $280, and all I want is a video of how much it's helped you, or even just a short description of, oh man, this, I like this so much, this is what Aaron did for me. And I'll want to be able to relate your success stories to my new clients, or people who are getting interested in me. And I hope, obviously, that we will start up a relationship that will carry on for years, where you'll look to me for support and help in all the stuff that you're doing in the future. That's all I ask. But I only have time right now, because this is going to take probably 7 to 10 days for each person that signs up. So you're getting, for $280, you're getting my 7 or 10 days of my time. And so I only have room to accept 5 clients. So if you want to take advantage of this package, you need to do it right now because this is going to go. I'm thinking probably, it won't last through next week. So click on the button below and sign up for a conference call with me, and we'll get you started on your advertising campaign. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you, and I love each and every one of you. Have a great day.